welcome back to another edition of Behind the Hustle. I'm Brendan Bardick, and today we're going to be talking about a little mindset thing that I always think about is, it sucked when I started too, right? It sucked when I started. Now, we can apply this to when I started in real estate. We can apply this to when I started calling expired listings. This could be when I started to do direct mail marketing. This could be when I started to do networking. This could be when I started to do hiring. It sucked when I started too, real bad. And I think that's the piece that I always want to get home to people is, look, this isn't easy. There isn't a fun part of jumping into this stuff where you're just like, you know what? This new task that I'm taking on is unbelievably easy and makes me $1 million. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. It sucked for everybody. Everybody that does business has a part where they look back and they go, it sucked when I did this. Remember when we had to, and then fill in the blanks, right? Remember when we used to do this and we used to stay till 9 o'clock at night. Remember when I used to have to write my own contracts and do all of these things because I wasn't leveraged and all of that. Remember when I had to, write down my scripts every day to try to memorize them. It sucked when right? It sucks to do anything well and get started at it. It sucks to try to, right now I'm trying to learn how to play piano. And it sucks. My left hand is pretty much worthless, which I've discovered. Now, I don't tell him that. I tell him that he's great and he's going to be an amazing left hand. But I've never had something so challenging that I'm like, wow, this is really a pain, and is it ever going to get easier? I know that it will, as long as I'm consistent and I practice and I make it part of my routine, it will get better. Same thing with real estate. It's the same thing as trying to learn a song on the piano or learn, chords or learning how to do anything difficult. It takes practice, it takes guts, it takes a lot of that will. So think about that right now. Think about someone is having the same issues you're having. Somebody started right where you're starting. Somebody made the decision not to give up. Now, we know all the stats, right? 86% of all real estate agents fail in their first year. All of these stats that they put out that all these people fail. That's a true stat. It's not that, and it's funny that they say that people fail, right? That word fail. People give up. That's the real truth. People give up, and during the time that they started, they didn't realize how much work it was going to be an entrepreneur, to be a small business owner. So they gave up early, they washed out, and that left room for everyone else that came after them. Now, every day someone in real estate is retiring. Think about that. People that have these big books of business, every day they're either retiring, unfortunately some of them are passing away, some of them are just quitting because they're just over it. Some people are doing this. There's so much opportunity. I hear people go, well, somebody or, so-and-so owns my neighborhood and somebody, the farm that I want. That's a joke. Nobody has any market share. Nobody has any true, influence over any specific neighborhood. This game all comes down to relationships. Relationships, and how you build those and attract those and get those. And we have, a whole course that we teach that explains exactly how to do that, right? With our 5 planets. It's a whole system that makes sure that you have massive success. It's what helped me and so many other agents become multimillionaires. It's what, helps, basically break down this. So I hear people go, I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's why you have a system. That's why you have models. That's why you have coaches. That's why you have all of these tools, checklists, all of these things. You build up little by little. But remember, it sucked when I started too. All right? It will get better. I promise you. Don't give up. Don't quit. Learn. Get up early. Stay up late. Do the things now that are going to benefit you. If you can survive and thrive during that first year and second year, no one can touch you. No one can touch you, right? If you're doing the right things and building on those building blocks. So think about that. Someone's right where you are at right now with whatever you're starting to do. It's going to get better. All right. Well, thanks for joining me for another episode of Behind the Hustle. Hey, hit the like button, share a comment with me. I thrive off of your guys' response. I want to keep bringing you as many good videos and podcasts as I possibly can. And as always, I wish you great success.